Good evening, CAFS crew. Hope you are well and had a great day today and had an even better weekend. Welcome to week 6. I know that this term is flying by. I'm going to welcome our members from Instagram in, and hey CAFS crew, hope you guys are really well. Welcome from Instagram. We also are going live in Facebook, so huge welcome to you guys. Tonight marks the end of my lives, coming to you guys, joining you both on Instagram and Facebook, but also sharing with you some of the gems inside the CAFS Collective. So tonight marks, I suppose, a combination of a week and a half of professional learning support for you guys, no matter where you are on your CAFS journey. So today we welcome quite a few new members inside the CAFS Collective, and if you have been checking it out, you would know that's very different to what I've offered before. So I launched this at the end of November last year. I know it was late into the year, so many of you guys missed out on that opportunity. So this is the mid-year intake of the CAFS Collective, and I think, look, having so far up to 55 CAFS teachers across New South Wales, from, I don't know, up in Ballina, all the way, down south, up on the Central Coast, all the way across New South Wales. Lots of teachers have come from lots of parts. Hey, Nat, nice to see you. And Nat's one of our new CAFS Collective members. So, Nat, can't wait to support you on this CAFS journey. I know you're going to love it, being part of a bigger group. And I think, look, we always kind of say, we're okay by ourselves to a point, but when we have a whole heap of other CAFS teachers supporting us, it's pretty magic. So, Natalia joined the CAFS Collective today, so awesome for you, Nat. And the members that we do have inside the CAFS Collective are hardworking, very dedicated, very passionate CAFS teachers like you guys. They love the subject just like you, and they're looking for a group that's bigger than them. And I think, like I mentioned, all parts of New South Wales, but all different experience. So we have teachers who senior markers who they've been very experienced in CAFS marking before. We have HSC markers in the group. We have, super experienced CAFS teachers, and Belcher, Leonie Cook. They have 20 odd years up their belt and up their sleeve. And then we have other CAFS teachers who have been around for 10, 12 years, 8, 7, 6, all the way down to brand new teachers teaching CAFS the first time this year. So for us to be able to join together, it means that we are part of something bigger. We're part of something that is very unique in our space. And it's pretty exciting. And that, thank you. I'm really looking forward to it. It is a wonderful community, very, very unique. And I think a lot of our CAFS members have been working really hard, and I've been able to support you guys in lots of my other courses, but getting to see each other 3 times a term is pretty special. And look, I know how hectic life is. Our girls play sport. Cass and Lex, Cass is doing a bit of tennis this year, and with Daniel, Lex is doing soccer and gymnastics, and all the things that you have happening in your life. If you can't make some of our sessions, that's completely okay. You're not forced to be there. You're not kind of dragged through that professional learning. It is very different, and you can kind of plug away to your heart's content. Join our sessions, but also watch back on things. I think Courtney said this last week, that she loves that idea that if she missed out on something or wants to go back, she can kind of watch it again. A lot of professional learning is like one and done. You kind of, they're there and then it happens, and then you can't really access that presenter again. And that's very different to what we have inside the CAFS Collective. I never want it to be like that. I want you guys to have constant access to me. Because you have questions, you have so many questions, and that's what the CAFS Collective is about, for us to grow together. And look, if you think time is an issue for you, look, we are busy, everyone is busy, but I think, using the platforms that I've chosen, using Zoom, obviously, for us to connect across the not across country yet, across New South Wales. We don't have CAFS in other parts, but across New South Wales, but also then storing everything in my website, which is your CAFS PL portal. If you bought anything from me before, I'm talking resources, courses, it's all sitting in there already. This would just be another part loaded into your CAFS portal, your dashboard, and you'll click on CAFS Collective, and then it'll open up all this amazingness. So far we've had 4 masterclass sessions. We have our 5th one this Thursday, which is exciting for our new members. They get to see what it's like straight away. But also, I think maybe 3 or 4 bonus sessions on reporting, assessment, There's another one on HSC analysis, that type of thing, looking at, the year that was. So look, it is all there for you guys to dive into. I never want you guys to feel overwhelmed, so you can kind of plug away as you need to, and whatever you want to access, you can access straight away. And it'll always be in there. Your CAFS portal will always have stuff in there. So if you join, next year, you'll have access to all the materials. If you join this year, you'll have access to the stuff now. Then as the stuff gets built and is built on what you guys want and need. So a lot of our CAFS members did say that, like that's one of the parts that they love about being in the membership, because they're kind of thinking they want this support, or needing, how to write a marking guideline, or how to really connect all those little bits together. And that's something that has, evolved over time. So you guys get to have a say in that. You guys get to shape your professional learning. And look, I've been saying to everyone over the last week or so that it's not really, to me, it is learning, but it's like a learning community rather than professional learning. Of course, you're going to learn something. Of course, you're going to get lots of, important skills, but it is really about connecting you guys with each other. Okay, so let's talk about successes so far in the CAFS Collective. So I'm going to talk specifics about members and share their successes. So someone like Anne Belcher, who has had 25 years experience, life management. I don't know if Anne taught home economics, but life management definitely, all the way from the beginning of CAFS. She works at a comprehensive senior school, and she has CAFS back-to-back. CAFS is her thing, 4 or 5 classes every year. Anne has been able to make really strategic connections for her students from year 11 to year 12, but really built on their answers. And I think that's one thing that we spoke about early on, back when we first met each other over the phone, that Anne really wanted to build on her students' writing. Her students are at a stage where they know what to expect. They know what a clear paragraph looks like. Anne has been able to really increase her understanding of the glossary of keywords and how crucial they are into getting some really important results for and marks for the kids. Adding to the mix, annotating a response and showing, improving to the marker what you've actually included in your answer, but also I think opening Anne's eyes to lots of different things, and just giving her confidence that she's doing a really great job, because being by herself for so long, and maybe having 1 or 2 colleagues that kind of jump in and out, but being, by herself for a really long time, just building on her confidence in that respect. The other CAFS member that I'd love to talk to is Michelle Skinner, and probably Donna Neville are very similar. Actually, Michelle had never taught a stage 6 class before, and Michelle has literally gone from 0 to hero, and she had nothing. She didn't have CAFS at her school. Her coordinator didn't know CAFS, and Michelle has really built a really strong foundation for CAFS. So I think she has I think she's spoken about really fast tracking her success. And I've been I've been doing some coaching with her students, and seeing her year 11 student responses last year. And what her girls are actually writing are things that I reckon some of my girls probably couldn't even write, because she's just been able to know from the beginning to work on those skills and to work on those skills with her kids. So if you saw her students writing and saw and observed Michelle in the classroom, you probably wouldn't even think that she's new to CAFS, but she is. This is her first time through the HSC. So she's having a lot of success. She's obviously felt more confident, streamlining her teaching, bringing all those little things that, we embed with our juniors, but then bringing it all together in the stage 6 classroom. Donna is very similar in that she hadn't really taught CAFS before, but she's a highly experienced stage 6 teacher in hospitality and been involved in quite a few things with hospo. And Donna is shining, and I was able to visit her class last week on Thursday, I think it was. And look, it's so beautiful to see and to watch in her classroom that what these guys are talking about, what her students are talking about, is literally what I have taught Donna. And I think being part of the CAFS Collective, it is being part of a bigger group and having us to be able to feed off each other and share with each other ideas and strategies and just a sounding board, I think, for each other. So as I mentioned before, 55 CAFS teachers inside the CAFS Collective so far. And look, my goal was to have 70 as like a bit of a baseline. I have really high expectations of myself, if you don't know that already. But I think, having a core group of CAFS teachers across New South Wales who are super supportive and they're there because they love it. They want to grow and they want to change and they want to flourish. And look, someone like Craig Schaefer, who again really new to CAFS, but what he's been able to see in his classroom is just gold, and just the conversations that his students are having and their abilities and what their strengths are has been, a real, I don't know, it's really beautiful to watch, because I kind of, I've said things in our masterclass sessions or in, in other things before, and they're like, okay, I'm going to take this feedback on, I'm going to go with it and run with it and trust Kell and give it a go. And look, to have some of these students, with their responses, and even Craig last year got some awesome results with his CAF students. So implementing those things straight away, rather than wait until you get to HSC marking, or rather than wait until 12 months later, Craig has literally been able to adopt quite a few little strategies, like the glossary of keywords, annotating kids' responses, just that collective collaboration in the classroom, and then getting a really high number of Ben 4s and 5s in his class. I think none of the kids got a Ben 3 last year, or under. So that's a massive testament to Craig and his ability to kind of like whip his kids into line, but also to action things straight away. Because I know that many of you guys have taken PL before and you've just felt like you're a bit of a bum on a seat. You're either made to do professional learning because that's what direction of the school is in, or sometimes, mundane things that you're like, this is so boring, I just, press play and walk away and, pretty much learn nothing from that. But this is literally professional learning that's developed for you guys, along the way, and it's evolving over time. So, if you guys tell me you want something on assessment, and this term has really moved towards assessment, because some of you guys are saying, look, I want just some ideas or just a more streamlined approach to come with assessment. And that's what has happened. Like, it has evolved. And on Thursday night, we're looking at creating marking guidelines from scratch, because I know even some HSC markers probably still struggle with that. But honestly, I could be here on the next 3 hours talking about the successes that a lot of our members have come into the CAFS Collective, or as a result of being in the CAFS Collective. And look, our beautiful members like Georgia and Ash, and who else? Maddie, even Dom. You guys are fairly new to CAFS, but you're able to run with some of this stuff and really give it a red hot go, and see a lot of some small successes, like confidence and ability to plan our lessons and go into the lesson with a clear plan of attack. But also some of the things that our kids are doing and writing and saying are things that many CAFS teachers spend the best part of their career doing. So look, as I mentioned, I've really loved working with this current group of CAFS Collective members, and we have welcomed quite a few new members inside the group. But as I mentioned, doors close on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. So if you are still sitting on the fence, look, most of my professional learning has been online courses where you kind of click me and you listen to me. But this is, for me right now, this is the best way that I can support you, because we're literally all together doing the same thing. You guys are all teaching from the same syllabus. You guys are all doing the same thing. Let's all work together. Let's not fight against each other and, have that competition. But if we can work together and really build and connect with each other, and, the ability to ask me any question inside our private Facebook group. Now, that I know that kind of happens to an extent inside the CAFS Learning Network Collaborative, but for you to ask me and say, here's an assessment, what do you think, Kell? Or here's what I'm thinking, what do you think? Here's some questions I'm thinking of. Can I get your opinion? And for me to be able to give you guys feedback. Sorry, I just got Cass is sick upstairs, coughing her lungs up. It has been pretty special, because many of you don't have an experienced CAFS teacher in your faculty. Many of you don't have an experienced CAFS teacher as a head teacher. So having my support and obviously my guidance is fantastic. And look, I go live once a week in our private Facebook group. But again, the questions are limitless. You can ask me 1,000 questions about CAFS. The other great thing that you guys also have access to is, I know some of you have been, or many of you have been loving access to the booklets and the resources. So all CAFS Collective members get 10% off my courses, my resources, and the CAFS conference at the end of the year. And our CAFS conference this year is in the beautiful Kilcare, which we call home. This is where I live now. It's stunning. Google it. Have a look at my Instagram feed, and you'll see what it's like. We're surrounded by the beach, so Kilcare Beach, or Putty Beach, it's really called. We're surrounded by Booty National Park, and then we also have Brisbane water that way to the bay. So it is really stunning. And as a CAFS Collective member, you get a reserved seat at the CAFS conference because it will be capped at a certain number of teachers. I just need to confirm that, but probably about 50 or 60 teachers. And those guys get first dibs on the CAFS conference, but also a private members dinner on the Friday night where we get to kind of meet in real life and get to see each other face to face. That's, a way for me to say thank you to my members. So look, if you do have any questions about the membership, it's not too late. Send me a message or send me a DM or an email about any questions you do have. And look, we have two options at the moment. Most people are going towards the 12-month option to have me in your life for the next 12 months to support you on your CAFS journey. But if you have a cohort that you're not quite sure who, if you have them again next year, then you can just dive into the 6-month membership. But look, the best value is the 12 months because it's just a no-brainer. As Courtney said to us, a week and a half ago, it is a no-brainer because if you've loved everything so far, why not join the CAFS Collective? And look, as the word, I kind of found for a while, I've tried to work out the best way to kind of describe what I wanted to happen inside this group. And I was like, the CAFS membership, no, that's pretty boring. The CAFS, what did I call it? CAFS community. No, that's what we kind of call ourselves. Anyway, but collective is like a group of people who are working towards a collective, purpose. There is that clear purpose and direction. And if you're a keen learner, if you love CAFS like we do, if it's your thing, if you feel like you're a bit stuck on a bit of a CAFS island and you're either working with PE staff or hospo staff or TAS staff who have no idea or don't really care about CAFS, then this is your go-to space. And look, as I mentioned, it doesn't matter where you are on your journey. We have HSC markers in the group. We have senior markers. We have people who are right at the very beginning. So having that experience really, is fantastic to have for teachers across New South Wales. All right, guys. Well, if you have any questions, like I said, please pop in the comments, pop in the chat space and let me know. But as I said, look, this is, a great way for me to be able to support you on a larger scale. I can support you for, a one-off day, for a one-on-one. The value that you get inside the CAFS Collective is pretty awesome, and it will only continue to build. So every masterclass we do, it gets uploaded from Zoom and then gets uploaded into the CAFS portal, as well as the comprehensive booklet that I've developed for every single session. And look, ask the members, they are jam-packed, not to kind of shove it all in and to go, you'll never use it, but actual practical things that you can use in the classroom rather than lots of research that never gets looked at or like, oh, boring. This is, jam-packed full of things that you guys can actually use in the classroom. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me over the last 2 and a bit weeks. I'm pretty sure you're probably sick of seeing my face, but I've loved supporting you and I'll continue to support you in any way I can. Again, if you have any questions about the CAFS Collective, just shout out, send me an email or pop in the comments and let me know. But we will resume normal happenings on Wednesday afternoon, and you'll see lots of free value from me, over the next few months until we launch it again, and it won't be until another 6 months. So the CAFS Collective won't be open again until the end of the year. But anyway, let me know if you have any questions. I've really loved joining you guys every evening. I'm pretty sure my family will love to see me again. So, thanks, Jen. So Jenny's our beautiful CAFS member, and Jenny's one of those other CAFS teachers who is super experienced, and Jen's been there and done all of it, and she is a lovely member to have on board. And I think something Jen emailed me not so long ago was just about having that sense of community and being part of something bigger. And I think, for so long, many CAFS teachers like Jen was on a bit of an island. Jen is in a pretty small school. It's quite remote, but having that support from not just me as her CAFS coach, but also to have a whole group of other CAFS members is something that's pretty special. So Thank you so much, Jen. I really appreciate you being part of the program. It's been wonderful to support you on your journey, and look, just the energy in the group is something that's pretty special. I think, once you kind of see what it's like, you'll absolutely love it, and you'll come back for more. But thanks so much, guys. I'll see you guys soon, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys. See you Instagram. See you guys. Have a good night. Take care. Thanks again.